Alright, man, it looks like it's going to be another B-split push coming up here. Standard as could be for the T side.
Yeah, they are getting ready for it right now. They've got 2 people coming out through the middle. 3 people grew up a dark at the moment. There's counter-terrorist holding 1 guy inside the B-bomb site, 1 guy down towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, that B-slope man on CT side is going to be the linchpin here. T side, they've managed to put the CT smoke down. No support coming in from the A site here for the defense. It's all going to come down to the entry shots here, the man making the plan.
It's getting kind of cold in here.
Hey man, did you leave the window open?
I don't think so. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. You can take the blue, or the red pill, or the green one.
What? There's a green one? Sweet.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after that absolutely amazing acting.
No!
This is... Oh, sorry, I'm cutting you guys off. There we go.
No, I was pleasantly surprised by the commercials. I don't think he's caught them before, so he was...
Nope.
All right, I'm glad
laughing
of your...
himself to death.
I'm glad of your reaction. I think that's what we were aiming for as well now, too, so I'm glad. Our acting is pretty much amazing. Of course, Sam Lewis with us tonight. He had some unfortunate stuff occur, so he's just out and about. Got caught, I think, in the middle of something else that he had to take care of. So that's just how it goes down sometimes. But luckily for me, I have Natu, obviously, from Encore, and I have Vendetta with me. At least for a while, maybe then if you have to go, you're just going to have to tell us, and Natu and I will take care of the rest. But of course, as long as you're here, we're just going to enjoy having you. Now, what we have going on today is a little bit different from what we normally do because it's actually a demo cast. This game was played yesterday and we have the demo files. So we don't know the results. None of us do. So we're just going to pretend that it's basically a live match. And for all intents and purposes, it really is because, you know, we don't know what's happening. The map pool is, or the map choices were Nuke, then Inferno as a second map, and Dust 2 as a third if it goes to it. And I have no idea if it will or not. We have the demo files, but our admin has tricked us, and we have no idea if it's 2 or 3 maps either. So we'll have to figure that out. Natu and Vendetta, are you both actually, have you loaded up the first demo on Nuke?
Yep.
Alright, so what we need to do is actually find the same tick, right?
Yeah, well, it's 44 seconds is when it goes live.
Yeah, that's when freeze time is over.
Yep.
44 seconds.
So that's 5,635 as a tick.
Tick 5,000 what?
5635.
Alright, 5...
Just get that.
I'm going to try and do my best here. This is a bit of a challenge. I'm at 520 now. Actually, should I just go straight to it? Is that not easier? Isn't there like a go-to tick that used to be that?
There used to be. I'm not really sure what happened to it. It wasn't Source at least, and it might have been at the start of CSGO as well.
What was the tick? 5.6 what?
35. That's what I'm at.
Alright, I'm at 5.643. I mean...
Alright.
I guess at worst we're going to be off by less than half of a second.
Half a second, yeah.
I think we're fine.
All right, so what we now have to do is actually coordinate a way to all go live at the same time. So I'm guessing countdown is the best way of doing it.
Yeah.
All right,
So we're gonna
guys.
do it like 1, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah,
I guess to account for mumble delay, when Andrew says 1, we press, and Andrews goes at go.
All right, let's do it.
Fair
Like
enough.
that.
This is technical.
All right, we'll do our very best, and we'll check when we're in. Otherwise, we'll have to redo it. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go. Tell me what your in-game timer is right now.
59:55.
Yeah, 52.
Yeah.
I'm at-
1.
Okay,
So,
I'm at 49, 48,
yeah, we're
47.
synced.
Yeah, very good.
Great, guys. So somehow we
Nice.
managed to make this work. I appreciate
It's
that.
nice,
I mean,
actually.
apparently we're more skilled than you might think. So if you're just joining us, then this is actually now the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn, and we do have NiP and HellRaisers playing in a best of 3, starting off on Nuke. It's going to be NiP winning the knife round and going to the CT side here, which is obviously the more favored side, so pretty good start for them either way. I'm Anders, with me is Vendetta and Natu from Team Encore. So thank you both for joining me, and hopefully we're going to have an interesting game on our hands here. NiP are pretty damn good at playing on Nuke, but I actually think yesterday HellRaisers managed to beat Virtus Pro on this map, didn't they? And they showed a pretty strong terrorist side, as far as I remember.
Yeah, they got up to a really good T side. I think they actually got 9 rounds on their T side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was something like that, right? It looked pretty impressive. So we'll see if they can manage to do something similar here to today. Because otherwise, I think NiP has a really good shot, especially with this knife round, of actually taking this first map. We'll see. HellRaisers right now going pretty aggressively outside, and a couple of people staying in lobby, which suggests it might actually end up being a push towards ramp room. What do you guys make of this? Are you enjoying this HellRaisers setup?
It's a fairly standard setup, I guess. Angel and Doja kind of went out early in yard to see if they could find any early entries or someone being off position or playing aggressively.
Yeah.
So nothing too big with that.
Yeah, they were just like sort of looking for the early pick.
Yeah, and now there's going to be some action towards the ramp room. Forrest actually falling back. He had the Zeus in hand, and I think he was going to try and Zeus Adrian, which is something that Forrest has been really excited about doing lately, but this time it doesn't work out. Doja and Kucha with a couple of kills, and Exist and Get Right are going to be left alone here in a 2-on-4. This is a great start for HellRaisers. Get Right coming in and throwing a grenade down towards the B bomb side with the bomb already down. This is so tough. Get Right very nearly takes down Kucha. They need to move quick, even with the kit on Exist here. They're going to take a long time before they can find all the remaining members of the HellRaisers team. And Exist is pushing in, and they actually do pick up a kill ease. This is not bad at all, but Adrian and Angel, they're still in a very powerful position up in the vents here, and Exist goes down, and that kind of seals the deal now. Get Right. There's nothing he can do anymore, so HellRaisers, they're going to be able to win this pistol round, and as starts go, that's about as good as it can get on the terrorist side. What went wrong for that round for HellRaisers, do you think, Natu? Or what went wrong for NiP, yeah.
Just basically, HellRaisers just got the entries. They got Forrest, and then they got the guy downstairs, I think it was Freiberg, behind the silo. And that was pretty much it. I mean, they got the site, they got all the positioning advantage, and it was just Get Right and Exist with their individual skill, sort of making it into a 2-on-2 situation, but still, you know, situation was really out of hand at that point.
Now HellRaisers is actually going to go hyper-aggressive into the ramp room, and already picking up with Flaren is a pretty strong start for them. Markelov with that opening kill, and it's looking pretty good. Now, there's armor and a scout on Forest, and everyone else just has a couple of pistols here. Freiberg is actually going to go down. That's Markelov again making it work, so this is a pretty good start. Forest doing a bit of damage. Actually, will take down Kucha as well, and Geralt is going to be able to Zeus Angel and takes down Adrian. What is going on? Forrest will pick up another kill, and now Doja is going to be alone. Doesn't control the bomb. This is a huge turnaround for NiP. And HellRaisers, they were seconds away from just quickly winning that round.
That was one amazing Beegaboo moment from Get Right. With the CZ. With the
Zeus.
Yeah.
And I guess we have to remember that this was played on last night's version,
Patch,
I guess,
yeah.
of Cisco, where the Sues cost $100, not 400. So not the biggest investment, and it works out really well for NiP. And HellRaisers did the exact same thing as they did versus VP at their anti-ecos, and both times they ended up in a bit of a rough patch. Versus VP, they managed to salvage it somehow, but still, they have the issue of once they get the entry frags onto ramp, they hesitate for just too long. They don't actually get onto the site, and they didn't have any smokes to smoke off either window, vents or long door.
Yeah.
So they just end up getting picked off. But again, I think it's more down to GetRight just being, super cheeky.
The thing is, you don't really want to go down there before if you don't have those two smokes. You at least want to have the smoke for the window and the door. Otherwise, there's a high possibility that they're gonna get screwed over. So if you don't have any nades and stuff, you just want to play sort of like go outside and get some picks and work it from there and get a numbers advantage before committing to either of the sites. But now they sort of just rushed in. They didn't smoke either of those two choke points and then just got owned by GetRight.
Yeah. It seemed like they thought they pushed quickly enough down into ramp to deny the rotation, but NiP's rotation was really fast. And GetRight was already up in a good position by the windows without being seen crossed. So
the thing is, you sort of the mindset might easily get into you really just want to get it over with as quickly as possible. So then you're skipping on those important things such as the smokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the opening that they had, it seemed like, maybe they were just going to be able to force their way into the bomb site. But they somehow ended up standing still for a while at the top of the ramp as well, and this is maybe also a bit unfortunate. Now, we do have this pause coming up because this is where actually all of Twitch got DDoSed yesterday, and we had to sort of cut it out. But I don't feel too comfortable for fast forwarding because I feel like, we've already...
We're going to get out of sync.
Yeah, we're going to get out of sync if we do it, and then we have to try and sync back up, and it's all going to get weird. So we're just maybe going to have to wait a couple of minutes here, guys, before we can return to the game. But a 1-for-1, one scoreline here early on. HellRaisers is a really frustrating situation for them. I mean, once you get that terrorist pistol, you must start thinking, all right, we got the first half not entirely covered, but we're sort of halfway where we want to be. And now instead... Who knows how far NiP are going to go? I mean, this is where we cut out yesterday, so this is the only score we actually know that it was going to be 1-1. We had no idea what's happening after this.
Yeah, I mean, as terrorists on Nuke, it's a struggle always, especially a team like NiP. They're really super good on CT. So getting that pistol and then thinking you'll be up 3-0 going into the first weapon round is a huge thing. But then when you lose the second round like that, that's even more demoralizing.
Definitely not a fun situation for HellRaisers, but we'll have to find out. Question is, though, once we get back into it, does it make sense for them to buy right back with C-sets and armor? I mean, NiP don't have a lot of money.
In my opinion, no, because they could potentially buy up in the upcoming round if they get a bomb plant. And even it being HellRaisers, even if they don't get a bomb plant, they could probably do a force buy with Galils and whatnot. And that wouldn't surprise me at all, seeing how it is HellRaisers.
Yeah, there's two options. Either you, what I think is there's two options. Either you buy out or you buy CZs and then a couple of flashes and stuff and try to get that plant and then see how many kills you get this round and then see what kind of an investment you're going to make for the next round.
Well, right now it's all sort of circumstantial. We're just guessing at the moment. So while we do have this pause going on, I want to thank all of you for tuning in and hanging out with us here. I hope you guys are going to follow the channel. In fact, while we're waiting, I'm going to see how many followers we are up to, because last I checked it was 185,000, and our goal, our next sort of milestone, is the 200,000 mark. I think if we make 200,000 followers, we actually get into the top 50 of all Twitch streams in terms of followers, at least, which would be very cool. So we're still some distance away. I think we're about 14,000 away. So if you haven't already followed the channel, then you might as well click it. It doesn't really cost anything, and it helps us out a fair bit. And I think, actually, in the meantime, did we get... Yeah, Stony. All right. That's not what I got. That's weird. Did it screw something up? I think it did. All right, so
anyway...
Did
you push a button?
What, sorry?
Did you push a button? Did something mess up?
No. It was... I was looking at my inventory, because Stony Meloni, who's already actually given us a knife once on the stream, also gave us one of the M4 A1 Cyrixes, which is really cool. We can give that away, too, to our wonderful subscriber team. But for some reason, it doesn't show up properly, so I'm going to have to go back and check it and see that everything is cool. But, it showed up incorrectly in my inventory for some reason, which I'm always worried about since... my knife incident, you get paranoid eventually. Huh? Hidosha saying they can wait 2 or 3 hours. I'm hoping this pause isn't too long.
No, not according to how long the demo is, actually.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we know from yesterday that it was just about, I think, like 5 or 6 minutes of pause, I think, and then we should be back into it. So it isn't going to be an hour-long pause, don't worry, guys. But obviously, this is yesterday where we had to figure out how to proceed. And because the Twitch admins weren't quite sure when the site was going to be back up and running functionally, we didn't want to risk it too badly. Yeah, so this is where we decide everything. I don't know. Natsu, do you have much experience with HellRaisers on this map? Because I actually thought, I mean, I guess I've seen it in the past, but because they're partly made up of the old Na'Vi lineup, or at least they have one member still on the map. I just always assumed that they were going to try and avoid playing Nuke altogether.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to play them lately in any maps really, but that's the sort of field that I've had as well. But I think they played the map at the. Did they play it at ESL? Can either of you remember?
Have HellRaisers played Nuke at Gamescom? No.
They didn't? Okay. Fair enough.
Because, I'm pretty sure, because they lost to Epsilon on Inferno, and I highly doubt that they actually opted in to Nuke versus NiP later on in the group stages.
Yeah, true. But I think I saw them play this map quite recently in some game.
Well, they play versus VP. If you're talking about HellRaisers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
did.
I
think it's a map they play sparingly. It's not something you see oftentimes, but from whenever I see them play on Nuke, they're not as awful as they would let you to believe, really. Because you would think, well, if they can beat VP, then surely they know what they're doing on the map, right? Especially when you pick up 9 T rounds.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they keep avoiding it, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's because of as Andrews alluded to, it's the former Na'Vi members who aren't too big of fans of Nuke, but with the new map pool, they've kind of had to get used to it.
Maybe I'll try find the spot that it starts so we don't have to wait too long. And then you guys sync with me.
Yeah.
We could try and do that. I'm up for it if you guys are. Should we do that?
I'm actually I'm fast forwarding as of right now.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna go for the fast forward too. Then sorry about it, guys. I mean, this is the thing that we were struggling with yesterday, and obviously we don't want to waste too much of your time, and actually we just want to get back into the action as well. So give us a moment, and we'll try and figure it out. It does seem to be at least a couple of minutes long here, so
yeah, I think it was a good choice to start fast forwarding.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was only like 4 or 5 minutes, but obviously I was completely wrong. All right. Tick, tick, tick.
All right, so I'm closing in on. Let's see here.
15 now. 15 time.
Well, I'm at 20 minutes. Wait, here we go.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'm at 154,447. That's 6 seconds left of freeze time.
All right, 154.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I'm looking for.
154 and what?
154,447.
All right, we'll try and see if we could do it. Still inching closer.
This can take me a while. I'm at 737 from 154.
If you want a time, it's 20 minutes and 6 seconds into the demo.
20 minutes and
6 seconds into the demo.
Okay, I'm gonna go by that as well. I think that might be easier. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yeah, 20 minutes and 6 seconds.
All right, so I think I'm there now. I'm at 154,388.
Yeah, that's pretty close. It's just like a third of a second.
All right, so as far as we know, guys, this should be the last pause. And again, this is like a little bit of a ghetto stream we have going on here, but I think we should be all right. And
hold on, I still need to get there.
Oh, actually, there is a command that's called demo go to tick, and then
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
They used to have it in the demo UI.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is it? Demo go to tick. Oh yeah.
Go to tick.
And then what do you guys have?
154. 447.
447.
I have 388, but it shouldn't be a problem. I think we're still talking.
Should be fine.
Milliseconds, so we should be.
All right, I'm there now.
All right, so I'm gonna do the countdown again, and 3, 2, 1, go. Somebody tell me what your in-game time is. Mine is at... Actually, I'm just going to do it. Mine is at 45, 44, 43, 42.
Yep. I'm good.
All right, cool. So sorry about that. Now we're back into it, and we'll have to see if NiP can continue. They just stole around from HellRaisers, and now we're gonna have to find out if they can keep going. I mean, this is generally, at least in the sort of olden days of NiP, this would be where they just sort of soldier on, and it becomes really tough for the terror side to do anything. HellRaisers actually did go for the C-Set 75 armor, and right now, it's not working out too hard as Flaren is going to slaughter them down towards the ramp room, so they get absolutely nothing for that investment.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They did kind of the one option that Nazi was going on, just in a different manner. They did, instead of picking up C-Sets on everyone and a couple of flashes, they just kind of donated an AK towards Markelov. And, well, they wanted to see if you could pick someone off in yard, and obviously that didn't quite work out. But it's not a big economical loss for them.
Yeah, they can still do it.
They can get a decent, like, okay by next round anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it just came down to them not connecting and not getting those entries at all. Basically.
Markelov almost gets scared right, but Freiburg comes flying in from the hot roof there. Just take down one, and exceptional spray control from Freiburg. That was actually very cool to watch. We'll take down Kucher as well, so they only lose one person in Get Right, and it's the first time he died in the first 4 rounds here, so he's going to be alright with that. I think 3-1, and HellRaisers, well, being HellRaisers, even though it's not a complete buy, they're still going to force it up here. And I mean, this isn't even much of a force. They still have 4 smokes and AKs all around, so I guess this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they have smokes, some flashes, that's what they really need. They're not even going to use them, though.
No, they're just going to walk out and double team Get Right, and they actually just trade evenly right now, but Freiburg is here and should be able to pick up a kill, but he's looking the wrong way, and Angel is going to come in and pick that one up. I thought Dosha was going to go down for sure. Now it's instead a 4-on-3, and Forrest is just revealed where he is. Angel going for a double here. They're going to double team Hill, and Dosha is going to be able to do it. So now things are looking really troublesome for NiP, and they have the money to lose this round and still buy, but right now, they don't want to be falling behind already here. Exist and Fiflaren are left 2-on-4. And even though Angel and Dosha are very low, HellRaisers are making, I think, a smart choice. It looks like they want to take the bomb to the B-bomb site.
Yeah, the problem there was that NiP had like a yard stack going, but they let themselves be picked apart one by one. So that's not really like the sort of yard stack you want to have. Like you always want to have at least 2 guys on one. You know, so someone can come and trade.
Exactly, because you know, Get Right getting double teamed by, well, Doja out in yard there, they had no way to actually return onto any of them. And Doja was pretty tagged up as well, so that would have been an easy return kill for NiP if they'd been positioned correctly.
Yep.
Exist launches himself down into the vent, and the bomb is going to go down, so he can't actually deny it. And they even know where he is. Fiflaren's coming up from behind with a P90. They've heard him as well. He's making a lot of noise here. He's going to pick up 1 kill, goes for a second one. Markelov will deny it. So even though Dosha and Markelov are very low on health here, Exist doesn't have a kit, and even if he finds that kill, it should still be very hard for him to come back in and win the round. He's going to go down to Adrian. So, I mean, the positions that NiP had out in the yard, now that we were talking about that, they had 1 guy up in the on the railing outside, and then they had Freiburg down towards the sort of the main entrance into A bomb site, and they're pretty close to each other. Why couldn't they return one of those frags?
I mean, basically the guy in garage was taking a duel on his own, he lost it, and then the guy at main got screwed, right? And then Forrest was left alone, and he just had sort of a bad timing, I guess, that screwed him over. He could have saved the situation still, but you know, wasn't meant to be this time.
At least NiP get one more chance with the rifles here. They have all purchased up, and if they lose this round, then actually HellRaisers are gonna, even losing the second round, HellRaisers are gonna be right back in a really favorable position. If NiP win it, on the other hand, it might be the start of that CT dominance. Already Angel taking a lot of damage outside here from Get Right, who's all the way in the back, and he's got no backup actually right now, so they can converge on Get Right if they want to. Throwing a grenade back there, they're going to try and see if they can hunt him down. Dosha is eventually going to go down, and more grenades raining in. Get Right somehow is still alive, and Fiflaren is going to take a kill. This is looking great for NiP. Markelov now the only one alive in a 1-on-4, and I don't know, it seemed like the whole team was occupied actually taking down Get Right that round.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Get Right, even though he wasn't able to get the kill right away, he was still able to buy enough time that he could get the help from Forrest, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So that's that's one of the things where that you gotta realize it's not always just about getting the kill. It's also buying the time for your team and for the rotation to happen.
Yeah, especially because everybody knows that Get Right is in said position where he's at, and he's locked in. So everybody's gonna focus on him, because if he has to peek out, which is what they're expecting him to do because he's caught, that diverts all the attention from Forrest coming in from the side.
Yep.
Speaking of Forrest, he's going to pick up the quick kill here. It's an eco round from HellRaisers. They really had no choice. I mean, they even used a lot of grenades that last round to try and deal with Get Right. I'm surprised they didn't at least manage to drop him in the end, but it just doesn't work out that way. And this round is looking pretty easy as well. Freiburg, actually, look at this. Just hyper-aggression. Jumps down all the way from the rafters onto the vents to try and take down Dosha. No mercy on Freiburg's side there.
He went full YOLO.
Absolutely YOLO. That's what he was going for right there. So, I mean, Vendetta, how long before we're gonna hear you calling for that straight A rush?
Straight A rush? Well, it's probably going to be a couple of rounds. I want to see if HellRaisers can make that outer push work with Doja, and I think it's Kucher who normally comes with him. If they can make that work, then there's no reason for them to go towards that inner bomb site. But if they keep running into a brick wall, then if NiP go up to 7-2, why not try it?
Well, this time they do open up outside, and they still have everyone alive, although Kucher's kind of low on health, so there should still be a pretty good chance that they can make something work with this opening right here. Still plenty of time on the clock as well. NiP, I mean, they still have a setup to deal with any kind of push, really, especially if it's going to be an A push with Freiburg and Exist inside. It's going to be really rough, and Freiburg opens it up. The Exist can't see a thing. He still picks up a kill, goes for a second one, and will take down Freiburg, leaving Dosha and Angel alone, and shooting through the smoke doesn't work out so well for Angel. Now, Exist has picked up a triple. Can he get the quad? 16 points of health. One bullet here is going to be enough to finish Dosha, and Exist hiding right at the edge of the hut here. Going to be spraying through, and it's Get Right who steals the kill at the end. But what a great round from Exist. I mean, he held the bomb site.
Sure, and it was a timely rotation from, I think it was Viflaren who was rotating from ramps to upper right when the rush happened. So they had like 3 guys on upper to keep the rush, but Exist going wild with the 3K.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised because that's a position that Exist has used probably since the first official game NiP has played on Nuke and CSGO. That should be just named the Exist spot because you can find him there more often than not.
We call it Exist spot.
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly.
Well, there it is. All right, so Exist hiding in Exist, but doesn't actually get caught anyway. Oh, nice opening from Angel, but unfortunately, speaking of the man himself, Exist is going to pick up that kill. Kucher and Adrian are left, and it's a 2-on-3 right now. The best that HellRaisers can do, maybe try and do some economic damage to NiP, and if they can catch Forrest out here, that might just work out. Running out and actually baiting, I think, for Kucher, who come up with the rifle. Now it's back into a 2-on-2. Adrian caught in a weird position, and he's actually going to get double-teamed. Viflaren was there to help out. So another triple for Exist, but I mean, what do you guys say? Overall, that was a pretty expensive round for NiP, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, go on.
Yeah, it's the thing is that all these rounds are getting pretty close all the time, so it's a lot of money is being spent, except for Exist, who's like mega rich.
Yeah, he's got a decent bank of $13,100, so...
Yeah.
He can buy for a couple of members if it ends up being necessary, really. Another thing that a guy we haven't talked about too much, actually, wait a minute, Exist outside is going to take down Kucher, who was actually just YOLOing through the smoke without any kind of attempted return flash or smoke or anything. They just ran right through, and Angel actually gets shut down with a bit of wall banging over towards the silo, so I can't even talk about what I wanted to talk about, which was going to be Viflaren down here towards Ramp Room. I actually think he's been stepping up his defense a lot in the last couple of games we've seen, but so far we'll have to see if he can do it this game too. Freiburg, oh, you gotta be joking. Angel, actually, even though he was already shut down to about 37 points of health, he stuck around and waited to die all the way, so maybe that was a little bit uncalled for. Markolov, and he's gonna take the 1 kill.
Right now, the way that it looks like, it's the typical way that games usually go when we're playing NiP on CE side on Nuke. You're just getting picked apart one by one. And that's what's happening to HellRaisers right now.
And they tried for that push. Kucher initially outside. I understand why he wanted to take the orb outside, but I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea to not flash or smoke or anything before they went. In fact, they tried to run through the smoke.
Up to this point, they haven't really been too big believers in any of these nades, as it seems. But right now, it seems like they're finally learned their lesson, so they're going to smoke off yard. And we might see Kucher and Doja trying to dive into Secret. This is actually very similar to how an NiP play their T side. With Adren in the position Fiflarn normally takes and Markelov in the position would see Get Right. Angel playing the role of Forest really, and Exist and Freiburg is now Doja and Kucher.
Fiflarn does pick up the first kill there, and Guerrero was trying to rain down health from above with that auto sniper, but he couldn't actually connect with anyone in the smoke. Freiburg down here is going to spot Kucher and brings him down to half instantly, and a grenade to follow. Kucher's going to go super aggressive here. And Freiburg has the upper hand still, and he's actually going to find a headshot on Kucher, so this is looking really good for NiP. They are about to take a 9th round. I mean, there's still time for HellRaisers to do something here, but 38 seconds, and somehow Doja doesn't check where Forest is, and that's a bit of a big misstep here. Angel and Markelov left. Trying to bring it back. Grenade to follow. Angel caught in a weird position here. He's going to go down as well, leaving Markelov. And this would be the first round in a while where NiP would come out with 4 members, and they do in fact, so that's a big switch around. I mean, 16,000 exist, and everyone else is getting richer and richer too.
Yeah, this is getting out of control on HellRaiser's part, and one thing I don't like about these setups, or I guess the pickoff-based standard that they do, is the fact that when they don't get the pickoffs and when someone goes down in certain places of the map, they get so spread out. You saw that was it was 3 people remaining for HellRaisers, but they had 1 guy at ramp, 1 guy in lobby, and 1 guy downstairs, and nobody has any opportunity to help each other at that point. So they're basically just 3 individual players trying to make it work, versus a CT setup that NiP has been able to, well, they have the opportunity to rotate around, stack up on sites and whatnot. So if they're not able to make the pickoff-based stuff work, I think they need to go back to, guess what, or try an inner rush or something like that.
I mean, the way you put that, with HellRaisers being basically just a bunch of individual players, that's sometimes when we see, I think, the worst version of HellRaisers, that's when they play like that, and they can't really afford to do that right now. Angel does get an opening pick on one guy, but Forrest returns it onto Kucher, and we are back into a 4-on-4. Angel's still creeping up here, might be able to catch Forrest. In fact, he will. Great work from Angel. That's really important. Now it's a 3-on-4, and let's see if they can make it work. Fiflarn missing a shot here, and Markelov now knows exactly where he is, and he's going to pick up the kill. Fiflarn maybe actually throwing away a bit of an opportunity there to win the round. Now it's a 2-on-3. Still some time here. Freiburg trying to escape in the vents, but the bomb is going to go down, and now it's a 2-on-2. The positions right now for HellRaisers is actually not that bad, but if Doja goes down, it's going to leave Adrian in a really awkward spot here. And Doja doing his best to hide. He's not going to be able to hide from Freiburg, who picks up a double, and Adrian goes down. Look at Freiburg just charging in there to pick up all 3 kills. How did the HellRaisers lose that? They seemed like they had the man advantage and had the bomb down.
Did you see what Doja did there, Natu?
He was at the window.
Yeah. I am not sure how he was not able to hear Freiburg coming stomping through long.
He did. I think he did as well. But
I didn't react to it though at all.
But I think he got thrown off by the guy in the vents. Like he was like too hesitant, pretty much. I think he should have focused on Freiburg.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was standing inside the window frame, so there's no way Freiburg could see his feet. I think he actually just committed to the long. Well, I'll hold my thought.
Yes, the A rush is going to be working. Actually, they get the opening frag. So Vendetta, you get your wish, and apparently this time it's the right call. Fiflarn goes down. He could have almost prevented the bomb plan then, and that would have been something. But right now it's a 5-on-2, and it feels like NiP are not going to have a very good chance of retaking this. I mean, HellRaisers are not even anywhere near forcing NiP to eco, so the victory or the celebration is only going to be minor, but picking up a 3rd round here is still going to feel pretty good for them. Forest easily takes care of Doja, and I'm not sure HellRaisers should be looking for kills right now. They don't really have the economy.
They should definitely not have no money whatsoever. And right now, this is the best case scenario for NiP getting these extra kills. And they'll want to get them as many as possible.
Get right looking outside, but it will finish with 3 members surviving for HellRaisers, which is, I mean, from NiP's point of view, you were talking about, still pretty good here. It means if they win the upcoming round, again, the Terror side really won't have a lot of money. But Vendetta, if it worked once, is it going to work again?
Why not try it? Because not much else has worked, right? And that was pretty flawless from them as well.
I think the thing is that NiP is probably going to Molotov that squeaky door.
Yeah,
but
they do.
That's the thing. Molotovs versus armor do not do that much damage unless you opt to stand in them for quite some time. So barring you getting severely flashed or something or getting stuck in the door, I don't see a problem with running through those Molotovs. It's just like when you run into a molly without armor, that's when it really kills you.
Yeah, well, HellRaisers weren't feeling up to it, but NiP, I mean, they already have a good half on their hands. 10 rounds is workable for the CT side. If they can bring themselves to 11 or even 12 at this point, I think HellRaisers is going to have a really, really hard time holding on to this first map. Freiburg up on the rafters has a grenade out, in fact, and a great flashbang comes through, and they're going to open up. So they still go for the A-bomb site, just a few seconds delayed, and that actually catches NiP, and especially Freiburg there, I think, got really cold. Geralt with some great spray through the smoke is going to pick up the one kill, and Forrest upstairs is going to take one more. It's Zhao Kucha in a 1-on-2. Still has time and still has health to do this, but this is not looking so good anymore. Kucha, did he hear him jumping down? He has to pick up this round. If he doesn't, I'm not sure HellRaisers can do much of anything. They have very, very little economy to work with here. He's going to pick up the one kill. And Geralt, he knows where he is. Kucha could do this. He's already got the double. Geralt is down on the low ground, and Kucha picks up the bomb and runs for it. Geralt is going to try and get in position. And Kucha will get the bomb plant before that happens. Now he knows exactly where he is. This is where it becomes big, and he kicks up the headshot. Kucha, in a 1-on-2, saves HellRaisers. Not just from the eco, from potentially losing the whole map. That's such a huge double for him.
Yeah, and super well played. Also, the play Forrest displayed there right before getting those 2 kills, and unless the only thing that prevented him from getting Kucha was him using the silence call and the 20 bullets in the magazine.
Yeah. I mean, they could have been over really much earlier.
Yeah. I actually think one of the big mistakes HellRaisers made that round was the fact that they tried to get the bomb plant way too soon. Because there were still Molotovs and smokes everywhere, so they had really no control over the bomb site when they tried to get the bomb down. And I would have rather seen them plant towards Catwalk instead of main, simply because it's more or less impossible to spam someone through smoke or anything from heaven than it is from main, and Geralt was successful of actually dropping the bomb in that case.
Yeah, he almost took a second player with him as well, so maybe that was one of the weaker points here. All right, now we're looking...
Yeah, Adrian just tried to jump on the catwalk, but lost 50% of his hit. Like 50 HP, missing that he's so jump. Low. Yep.
I never realized. Geralt's pretty close to secret here. This is the difference between 11-4 or 10-5, and 10-5 would be a huge result for HellRaisers considering how this first half has gone. They should be really happy. Actually, I think they should already be happy that they have the 4 rounds here. Geralt comes up from behind, and that's the bomb down. Going for a second one, and they're going to pick it up right now. Adrian and Angel are going to be left, and now Angel 1-on-4 with not that much health because he's already been tagged a little bit. Forrest will pick it up, and we are looking at 11-4 first half. Now, too, is that enough to win it once we come for the second half?
You need the pistol, really. I mean, if you get the pistol, then it's doable. But if you lose a pistol, it's going to be super hard. It's doable. I mean, 4 rounds you can work with that.
I mean, right now, Geralt has, what, 18, 5, and 6? That in itself is pretty scary, right? He's very close to a 20 bomb in the first half of the game.
Well, it usually means trouble for your opponent when the Geralt is doing 20 bombs. What
I like to see from Geralt as well is that he's gone back to playing his more aggressive style out in yard rather than buying it off and standing on heaven for most of the game. That's actually something I really enjoy seeing, and it seems to be working out pretty well for him as well.
Must-round win for HellRaisers here. The pistol's going to mean everything. Markolov is casually clicking away with the USPS outside, and at that range, I think it's reasonable to try and take a duel, but NiP are going to go for the straight rush here, and Adrian completely flashed. They're taking a long time to kill him. Eventually they will. Dosha picks up the 1 kill. Freiburg switches out for a gun, and it's going to be a 2-on-3 here. Nice little move there from Freiburg to get it done. Bomb is going to go down as well, and HellRaisers, and especially with Geralt flanking. Look at how he's coming through the ramp room right now. This is going to be so tough for HellRaisers to do anything about. Kucha's upstairs looking for a shot. He's going to miss the first one, but we've got to remember, Geralt's still down here. He's going to be charging up, and even on the ladder, gets the first shot on, and that's going to be it. NiP now close to victory.
Yeah. that just goes to show that Counter-Strike is not rocket science. Simply they just flashed from the roof. I think it was Get Right that flashed from roof, and then basically threw the hut and squeaky to upper bomb site and get the entries, get the bomb down. Boom.
I think that was the perfect flash as well.
Yeah.
Because that flashed both Doja and Angel on site, and Doja was flashed for such a long time.
Well, I mean, I guess HellRaisers have one more ticket back in the game, really, and that's going to be either if they buy in the third round, which I'm not sure they will, but being HellRaisers, they just might. But obviously the fourth round otherwise. At that point, the score will be, what, 14-4? But you can come back.
Oh, you definitely can. It's CT side on Nuke, after all. But it's going to be hard, especially with how good of a T side that NiP actually plays. It's not like they do anything, like, not to point out, it's not rocket science. That's not what we're going to see from NiP. That we're just going to see solid strategies being executed really, really well.
Yeah, but with like 14-4 down, that's like leaving very little room for error for yourself. So I think we may see HellRaisers by next round, actually.
They are generally really big fans of it, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they do it. Doja hoping to pick up a kill on somebody here, and actually will take down Freiburg. It's not too bad at all. He's going to go down to Get Right anyway, madly spraying with the P90, and is now at 22 kills. And we are 13-4. Now let's check out HellRaisers. They will go for the buy, so you called it correctly.
Yeah. I mean, they had made really no investment in that round before, so kind of sort of made sense considering the big picture here.
We're 18 rounds in, and I mean, you said it earlier. Right now, HellRaisers really have no room for error. Any kind of entry fight that goes NiP's way could cost them this first map, and it is best of 3, but you still don't want to lose the first map, and maybe especially not if you're going to end up losing it something that looks like, you know, 16-4 or 16-6 or something. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a best of 3, so at the same time, you'll just gotta let it go and move forward if you get spanked on one map.
Nice work. They actually force Adrian back here, and NiP just causing so much trouble for HellRaisers. It's a 2-on-4 right now, and Doja going down means Angel, well, he can try, but I doubt very seriously he can succeed, especially with Forrest coming up like that from behind. What the hell happened that round for HellRaisers? Because it seemed like NiP actually were allowed to get in through main and hut and just everywhere at the same time. Nobody was covering anywhere, really.
I mean, the lack of... they didn't really have many nades, not a lot to work with, so that makes it a lot easier for the T's to entry from anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of what you get when you do a forest buy like that. And that's kind of why, even though it does not give you a lot of room to make errors at all, if you wait to the 14th round, I would have probably waited for the 14th round before I buy up.
Well, 13th or 14th round. At this point, they're down to 2 people preventing the map point here. It's 14-4 right now. One more round for NiP, and they're going to be at map point. And I mean, the C-sets might be good, but I'm not sure they can really be expected to come back and win this 2-on-4 here.
Yeah, I hardly see that happening, really. It's at a point where it's spiraling out of hands.
So Team Ace picked up by NiP. Every single member of the Swedish team picks up a kill each, so that's what we sometimes refer to as a Team Ace, which I think actually is a pretty old term, isn't it? I've heard rumors that it's something people used to say a long time ago.
I'm not like expert on different...
Nazi hasn't been around for that long, so we wouldn't know.
Alright, I see how it is. Trying to hide your age here, Nazi, is that it?
Yeah, I just recently started playing the game.
Yeah. You've got like, what, 200 hours or something in CS in total?
I think 250.
250? Okay.
Yep.
You've been playing a lot this week then.
Yep.
Exactly right. Molotov down in the vents, which is a fun idea from Get Right. Nobody's down there, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, we're looking at a 4-2 situation. HellRaisers for Mars and Mag 7 to try and prevent the loss of the map. But at this point, it seems like it's pretty much not going to work out so well for them here. Dosha and Adrian, they may be good players, but NiP have set their sights on winning Nuke, and that means, as they probably will, we're going to go to Inferno as a second map. So between those 2 maps, we're going to have a quick break, but right now we're still looking at Adrian, and he does actually miss the shot. Farron's going to take him down, and Dosha, 1-on-4 here, drops 1. Now they know exactly where he is. Great work from Dosha, but not quite good enough. He's going to be relaxing up there, as we go to a pretty quick commercial break, guys. So don't go too far. It's just going to be about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back with Inferno as the next map. I need to get something to drink, and you guys should do the same thing. So just a quick break, and we'll be back.